How's it going, YouTube? My name is Rob McCabe. Welcome to the 10x10 Practice Challenge, where I challenge myself to practice a song, concept, or technique for 10 minutes a day over the course of 10 days and show you the results. As I spoke about in my last video, the purpose of this is not mastery. It is to show you that even in short amounts, if you plan and you make your practice intentional, you can yield very positive results. On today's episode, I am practicing the solo from the song Blue Skies by Willie Nelson on my acoustic guitar. Let's dive into how I set my goals for practice. In order to plan my practice, I use SMART goals. If you would like a more in-depth description of how I use them, please check out my first video, which I will also put a link in the description. You may remember that SMART goals are laid out as follows. S stands for specific, M for measurable, A attainable, R relevant, and T time-bound. Here is what I assigned to each of them based on what I wanted to accomplish. S, specific. Learn and memorize the guitar solo from Willie Nelson's Blue Skies at the recorded tempo with at least 90% accuracy. M, measurable. I will use a metronome to determine the speed at which I am playing. A, attainable. Simply put, I believe that this solo is within my skill set on guitar given the time frame I've given myself to practice it. R, relevant. This will help me improve my ability to play lead lines and melodies. And last but not least, T, time-bound. 10 days, 10 minutes per day, as set by the challenge. All right, that's it. You're about to see a short snippet from the end of each 10-minute practice session. I'll drop in every once in a while to give my comments. Okay, I promise I will not stop very often, but I wanted to make sure that I said this. These were sight reading days. These were days where I was like effectively learning how the solo was structured and where it was going. And when you're doing that, when that's your purpose, you've got to just play through mistakes. All right. If you are stopping every time you make a mistake when you're learning something new, you're teaching yourself to stop anytime you make a mistake, and that is going to be detrimental in the long run. Let's continue. Okay, so I'm going to stop it real quick after this one. So far, this practice session, this 10 by 10 practice challenge has gone pretty smoothly, I feel. But I would be remiss if I didn't point out what happened here in this video. You'll notice by the little caption that I put down that I slowed down the tempo. That was a result of me attempting to memorize it. Although it is off camera at this moment, or as it's been off camera for these other videos, I was looking at music. I was looking at guitar tabs prior to this. Now I'm trying to memorize it. All right. And something I always tell to my students is anytime you are turning up a difficulty knob to try and get better at something, you have to turn another difficulty knob down, because otherwise the two things will conflict and you'll be overwhelmed. So that's effectively what I did here. Is I said, okay, I'm trying to memorize it now, but that means that I need to turn another thing down. Okay, so here are my observations based on everything we just saw there. My assessment of this 10 by 10 practice challenge is based on this 4-point scale, as I pointed out in my last video. 0 to 1 means has not achieved. 2 means I'm approaching the goal. 3 means I have achieved the goal or I'm on level with the goal. And 4 means that I have exceeded the goal. As it relates to this video, here's where I would set each level. 0 to 1 means that I am nowhere close to tempo or I'm falling behind, making constant mistakes, etc. 2 is I am able to play at or just behind tempo, but still have a lot of tension or hesitation. 3 means I play on tempo, very rarely falling behind, with no signs of struggle to keep up. 4 means I am virtually flawless, I'm ready to increase the tempo and or add another level of complexity and or musicality. Something to remember is that this is all in relation to my goal. This is not as it compares to other people. It is not as it compares to other standards or anything like that. For this goal, I would give myself a 3. I am playing it at tempo by memory with very few mistakes. However, I do have to say, I think that I'm barely getting to a 3. So where would I go given more practice time on this particular solo? For starters, I would definitely want to add a layer of musicality. I would want to start to bring out my dynamics a little bit more, bring out my dynamic variation a little bit more, as well as I would want to try to phrase the different sections of the solo. Another thing I might want to add to this would be a level of improvisation where I can start to play around the chords as opposed to simply sticking to a very strict set of notes and rhythms. All of that said, let's watch the day 1 to day 10 comparison. What do you think? Do you have any ideas for me? Do you have any suggestions for what I should practice next? Let me know in the comments. And what about you? What are you going to challenge yourself to practice for 10 minutes a day for the next 10 days? Show me what you've got and tag me on Instagram at rwmccabemusic. Thank you for watching episode 2 of the 10 by 10 practice challenge. Have a wonderful day.